Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Peter Phillips' girlfriend, Harriet Sperling, may still be a relatively new face within royal circles, but she's already earned the admiration of royal fans after a string of polished public appearances earlier this month. The NHS nurse and freelance writer turned heads in Windsor when she joined Peter, 47, at the 2025 Outsourcing Incorporated Royal Charity Polo Cup. Harriet looked relaxed and radiant in Gucci sunglasses and a St. Clair Edwina dress as she cheered on Peter's cousin, Prince William, even posing for photos with Peter at a high-profile charity event. Just days before that, the couple had also been spotted courtside at Wimbledon, where Harriet once again impressed observers with her understated elegance. Fans quickly took to social media to praise her style and presence, with many dubbing her look perfect and comparing her poise to that of the Princess of Wales. One fan wrote, "Wow, she's lovely and has that Princess Catherine elegance." Another added, "She looks lovely and perfectly dressed for the occasion." Their Windsor appearance marked just the latest in a growing list of events the couple has attended together since first being photographed at the Badminton House horse trials. Back in May of 2023, they also stepped out last month at Royal Ascot. It is believed Harriet has been warmly welcomed by Peter's royal relatives, including his mother, Princess Anne, and sister Zara Tindall, and while she's not officially a member of the royal family, fans already seem to think she's a perfect fit. During a recent interview with The Mirror, Sophie Wessex opened up about her evolving royal role and how it feels to carry the Edinburgh title. "First of all, it was quite large shoes to fill," she said, noting that although many today may not recall, Queen Elizabeth herself was once the Duchess of Edinburgh during the early years of her marriage to Prince Philip. "For me, it was quite an emotional thing to sort of step into her shoes. It felt like quite a big moment." Sophie admitted she had grown fond of her former title, Countess of Wessex, but said she and her husband, Prince Edward, who became Duke of Edinburgh in March 2023, remained committed to their supporting roles. "Being practical, my role and my husband's role is to support the King, as it was to support the Queen," she said. "We are fortunate because we are able to not be in a front and centre role, so it allows us the flexibility to explore our own interests, and then also be available to do things like this, where the King asked if I would represent him here." Often described as the royal family's secret weapon, the Duchess addressed the reputation with humility and a touch of humour. "I like to fly under the radar," she told The Sun. "It's all very well being a secret weapon, but if no one knows, maybe it's too secret. I don't see myself in a frontline position, per se. That said, admittedly, there are fewer working members of the family these days, so I suppose more and more are becoming less secretive. I just wonder what they are going to describe me as next." Royal expert Jenny Bond thinks Kate will play a big role when President Trump visits later this year. She told The Mirror, "Catherine will be the icing on the cake for a man as vain as Donald Trump. To be seen with her will be gold dust in his eyes, and I'm sure she will be there to massage his ego in the most diplomatic, subtle and regal way. I'm sure that Birgit, the Duchess of Gloucester, will be on hand again when President Trump comes to the UK. After so many years in the royal family, she is well versed in the niceties of a state visit. And the Princess Royal will also have a key role. As always, she really is the King's right-hand woman, his confidant, his wingwoman. Neither, I think, would care one fig about what anyone said about their looks. They dress appropriately for the business of the occasion. Neither seeks to be the centre of the attention, even though they often are. They want the focus to be on the business or cause or campaign in hand, and both have one aim, to support the institution of monarchy. Anne and Birgit are stalwarts of the royal treadmill. They work hard, ask for no recognition, almost shun publicity, and just get on with the job. The royal family has slimmed down drastically through a combination of circumstances, and so these two more than pull their weight each week, quietly in a business-like way, and it's a huge help for the King. We'll be right back. It's nice to have good news, and that's why we have another podcast from your family here at Calaroga Shark Media called 5 Good News Stories. Check it out. It's just good news. It's heartwarming, uplifting, and it focuses on bringing positivity and hope to the listeners, and it's hosted by your writing partner here, Johnny Mack. It's just a breath of fresh air in a world often dominated by negative headlines. In the mood for some good news, check out 5 Good News Stories wherever you get your podcasts. King Charles was seen sharing a laugh with 2 television personalities at a Buckingham Palace reception late last month. Despite their light-hearted breach of royal protocol, Charles had welcomed a number of celebrities connected to his charity, the King's Trust. Among the guests were former Made in Chelsea stars Sophie Habu and Jamie Lang, who are married and currently expecting their first child. But as the couple revealed on a recent episode of their Nearly Parents podcast, their meeting with the king didn't go quite as smoothly as planned. Sophie admitted she unintentionally broke protocol by repeatedly offering her hand to the king before he extended his, a clear no-no, as guests are typically advised to wait for the monarch to initiate any physical contact. Jamie recounted the moment with amusement. He kept looking towards Sophie, and as soon as he went towards her, she just put her hand up 5 times. The last time, she didn't withdraw it. She just held it there. She just held it there and didn't move it. Sophie explained she was buckling under pressure and was left mortified by the mishap, yet by all accounts the king appeared unfazed. A photo from the reception captured the 3 of them smiling and laughing together, although it's unclear if the moment of shared humour came directly from the protocol slip. The couple's playful streak didn't stop there. They also filmed themselves doing a version of the viral baby mama dance inside Buckingham Palace and posted it on social media. Surprisingly, the royal family's official account responded good-naturedly to the clip, suggesting the mischief had been taken in stride. Far from being a royal disaster, the encounter seemed to leave everyone in good spirits and added a dash of charm and relatability to an otherwise formal event. A slice of cake has fetched nearly £3,000 at auction, specifically a preserved piece of the wedding cake served at the 1947 marriage of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip. The fruit cake, infused with alcohol and designed by the chief confectioner at McVitie and Price, once formed part of a towering 9-foot creation that fed more than 2,000 guests at Buckingham Palace. Remarkably, the slice remained untouched for nearly 8 decades, kept in its original box bearing the date of the wedding, November 20th, 1947, and was stamped on His Majesty's service, a nod to then King George VI. It was originally gifted to Chief Petty Officer F. Lowndes of the Royal Navy, who passed it to his son and eventually to his daughter-in-law, who finally put it up for sale. Ream & Dancy auctioneers of Colchester, Essex, handled the sale, where the cake was snapped up for £2,700, fees included, by 64-year-old royal enthusiast Jerry Layton. He plans to preserve part of the cake, but intends to flambe a third of it in rum at a replica state banquet on the Royal Yacht Britannia to mark his 65th birthday in 2026. I will have a third of it cut off and flambéed in rum so that any bacteria will be killed off, Mr. Layton told the Telegraph. But if anything happens to me, then at least I will be going out in style on Britannia. This isn't the only surviving piece of that iconic dessert to hit the market. Last year, another slice sold for £2,200 to a bidder in China. That piece was originally gifted by then Princess Elizabeth to Marion Paulson, who served as housekeeper at the Palace of Holyrood House for nearly 4 decades. She had gifted the royal couple a dessert service, and the Queen expressed her gratitude in a handwritten note. We are both enchanted with the dessert service. The different flowers and the beautiful colouring will, I know, be greatly admired by all who see it. Paulson kept her slice under her bed for safekeeping. Today it's become a collector's item, proof that when it comes to royal memorabilia, even 77-year-old fruitcakes can still command attention. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, or the app of your choice, and leave us a nice review if you're enjoying the show. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue, and good times.